everyone, so today I'm going to be filming my 100th video, which is crazy. I can't believe I've made 100 videos. To celebrate the milestone, I thought I'd do a part 2 of one of my most watched videos, which is a Lily Collins inspired makeup tutorial. The first one was part of a celebrity lookalike tag, but this one is just going to be one of the makeup looks that I really love of hers from kind of like 2013. And I chose this look because it's not only something that I've really been enjoying wearing anyway recently, but it's also part of the Lily Collins look that I wanted to do for one of my videos, so I thought that I would mush them both together and just put them into my 100th video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to start off by mixing a primer and foundation, and it's the Dior Glow Maximizer Light Boosting Primer, longest name ever, and the Chanel Vitalumiere Aqua foundation. So I've got those two on the back of my hand and I'm just going to mix them together. And I chose these just because Lily's skin is always really beautiful and glowing, and I kind of like to build up quite light bases in order to do that, rather than going in with a really kind of flawless heavy coverage foundation. And next I'm going to be using the Origins Plantscription concealer, which I will always use. It's just a really good concealer, and although Lily has really kind of beautiful, healthy, glowing skin, it's also kind of not too dewy. It's quite like a satin finish, and just because I get a little bit oily here, I'm just going to use a powder, and I'm going to use the Benefit Porefessional powder, which I hate the packaging of this, but the product itself is actually so good. You just kind of open it up and put, really strange, put a little bit into the cap, and then I just take I've got a geofibre brush. I think I picked this up from And Other Stories, just a really cheap geofibre brush, and I just kind of dip that in the pot, tap it off a little bit because otherwise I'm gonna look like a snowman, and then just dust that all along my slightly more oily areas. So that is my base done, and now I'm going to move on to my cheeks, and Lily just has a really subtle kind of peachy, pinky blush on, so I'm going to use the Revlon Photoready blush in Pinch, which is beautiful. It's quite similar to the Rimmel Santa Rose blush, but in kind of like a cream form, and it's ever so slightly darker. So I'm just taking that and using my Real Technique stippling brush. God, losing the ability to speak today. And I'm just going to tap that onto my cheeks. And this one is just really subtle, but that's going to work really, really well with this look, because I'm going to be doing a red lip, so I don't want to look too pinky, peachy, orangey anywhere else. Now there's not a lot going on eyeshadow wise for Lily, but she's got kind of like a very subtle kind of nude colour all over her lid, and then kind of like a kind of browny, very warm toned browny peachy colour kind of going on in the crease. So what better time to crack out my favourite Clinique palette than now. I'm going to use the second lightest shade, and then I'm going to use the kind of more warm browny pinky colour just through the crease, and that'll just give a really subtle bit of definition. I'm just going to apply that all over my lid, and this is one of my favourite eyeshadow colours of all time. I just love this. And that light shade just gives the most kind of lovely subtle sheen as well, which I love. And then I'm just taking the darker colour and just... So I've just kind of wedged that pinky colour into the outer corners, and then I'm just going to take this kind of like cool toned browny colour from my Bobbi Brown brow palette. Tapping it off on the back of my hand, I'm just going to use just that tiny bit of brown just to blend this out, and just kind of make it not look so pink eye, because that eyeshadow can do that. So that is the kind of crease blending done, and next I'm just going to do a little bit of defining under the eye, just with that same cool toned shade, and I'm just taking my Zoeva 266 smudger brush, and I'm just going to very lightly put that right here. I'm just very lightly taking that along the first quarter, and that just gives a really nice little bit of definition for when we do the bottom eyelashes, because Lily always does kind of bottom eyelashes, which is something that I am not so keen on doing. I like a very kind of clean under eye area because I have really dark circles, so that is slightly different, something I would normally do. Next I'm going to put on some liner, and I'm going to use the L'Oreal Super Liner Perfect Slim. This is just a really fine nibbed liner, and it's just going to be perfect for this look because Lily just has the tiniest amount of winged liner, like you could barely even tell. So next I'm going to move on to mascara, and no false lashes here whatsoever because it hardly even looks like Lily's wearing false lashes. But what I'm going to do, because she has really lovely long fluttery eyelashes, is I'm going to use my L'Oreal False Lash Telescopic Waterproof, because once I've curled my eyelashes and got them to really kind of ping straight up, this will kind of hold them and make them look so much longer, and it also just makes your eyelashes look so beautiful and fluttery. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use my Aqua eyelash curlers, which I always use. And this mascara works quite well when you just brush it over the lashes, not too much wiggling involved, which I quite like. A lot of blinking involved though. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm just going to use the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, and it's just the best thing for kind of a really subtle kind of lengthening on and darkening on your bottom lashes. There's no kind of like really kind of weighed down black marks that come with it. Those are my lashes done, and I just can't get over how crazy curled and long they look. It's insane. And now I'm going to move on to my favourite part of a Lily Collins tutorial, which is brows. And I've actually switched up my brow routine quite a bit since I did my last tutorial, so I think this one is actually so much more effective in getting a very Lily Collins brow, so this is going to be really fun for me. So for brows, I'm going to be using a combination of the Clinique Superfine liner for brows in the shade 02 Soft Brown. This is just the best thing for penciling in kind of fine hairs where you really don't have any. I just love this. And then I'm also going to be using the Benefit Gimme brow gel setting thing in the shade Medium Dark. So I'm just going to start by filling in the arch, and then I kind of move down to the underneath. And I know a lot of people say you shouldn't really work underneath, but the underneath of my eyebrows are just so incredibly uneven that I always just kind of fill them in a little bit just to kind of make them a little bit more perfected. I'm just going to go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow. And this is just a really bizarre product in the fact that it's not just a brow kind of setting gel, it kind of like really picks up on all of the tiny hairs you have and just makes all of them darker, so it kind of like tints them and shapes and sets, and it's just awesome. So I love using this. Next I'm going to move on to the lips, and this is my favourite bit. So I'm going to be using two products. One is just to give you kind of like a matte option, and one is to give you kind of like the glossy option, which is in Lily's original look. So the first product I'm going to be using is the Nars lip crayon in Red Square. This is awesome, it'll stay put all day, so if you kind of want to wear this on more of an everyday basis, this is the one to go for, because you literally will have to retouch it maybe once after lunch if you have a very sloppy lunch. But I'm also going to be using the Rimmel In Love with Ginger lipstick, which is basically the same thing but in more of a glossy moisturising lipstick form. You can't eat lunch wearing this. I've tried at work, I had it on my chin and people were like, do you know? And I'm like, yeah, I know, just leave me to eat my lunch in peace and I'll deal with it later. If you kind of wanted more of a night out option or a special occasion, then this is beautiful, but I thought I'd use them both together. And actually using the Nars lip pencil under this makes it kind of last longer, so they're quite a good combination anyway. So that is the lip look with just Nars Red Square. I love this. I would kind of leave this as an everyday basis and be out the door. I just think that it looks so lovely, and I think with very minimal eyeliner but just a smidgen of it, it just looks perfect. Next I'm going to put on the Rimmel Moisture Renew lipstick in Love with Ginger, and this is just beautiful. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I actually really enjoy doing kind of like celebrity inspired makeup tutorials, so let me know if there's anyone else that you would like to see. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and you know, I'm at the end of 100 videos. We're starting again from number 1, so give me any requests that you have for any future videos. I'd love to hear them. Let me know if you guys like the look, and I will see you next week. Bye!